Shadow Binders is back in stock on shopclownfish.com. That's shopclownfish.com. And now on with the show. Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Disney looking at some options to replace FastPass that might be too expensive for the average consumer.
So this is our daily dose of Dismal Disney?
It is our daily dose of Dismal Disney. We were supposed to be there today.
Yeah, we were actually. But because of the tropical storm or Hurricane Elsa, whichever it is right now, that and some other things that happened here, we had to cancel. And they were very, very, very nice and did give us our money back. So I will say something positive about them before we get into this other thing. I also want to mention that it is storming here, so it's a dark and stormy afternoon. So if you hear weird things in the background, that would be the thunder.
That would be. That's what we're telling you.
But it's not Elsa.
It's not Elsa. So yeah, we're going to talk about this because Disneyland Paris has replaced their FastPass system with a pay-per-ride service, and there has been a lot of talk about this coming to Disneyland and Disney World. Because they're getting rid of the annual passes in Disneyland and Disney World. They still haven't brought the fast passes back.
Nope. And there's been talk, like people were thinking it was going to be like in the something to do with the Genie App, and there might be wishes you might get. And now it's back to the whole idea of that you're going to have to pay for them. But it seems worse than even like Express Pass at Universal.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about that because there's been a lot of talk about Disney and privilege and how a lot of people are saying Disney World is too expensive for average families anymore. I mean, it really always has been, but
it's getting worse.
It's getting worse, and we'll talk about privilege and how Disney, was asking its employees, what's it like to have privilege, but only the privileged can afford Disney. So it's kind of a
irony there.
Double standard there, Disney, right?
Disney is double standard. They're synonymous.
All right, so we're going to talk about all this before we get into it any further.
Boom, boom, boom. See, even the weather knows it's a daily dose of Dismal Disney.
It does. It was like right on cue.
He was like, boom.
Anyway. All right, so before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We're over 205,000 subs. Thank you for the support. Yeah, it was a dark and stormy night here at Clownfish Studios, for sure. So this article is from WDW Pro on piratesandprincesses.net, which is your blog, by the way.
It is.
And he was talking about the rumors that there's an expensive Disney World standby pass system.
But there's reasons to believe this that could be true because it's already happening in Disneyland Paris. Yeah,
so Disneyland Paris just replaced fast passes with pay per ride. So
pay per ride, not like not like you pay like one like Express Pass where you pay $60 and you get the Express Pass or Max Pass where you pay a certain amount at Disneyland you get to ride. No, per ride.
Yeah, so they start out, this is on Gizmodo, they start out with, hey, you want to go on Ratatouille with your partner and 2 kids, but you don't want to wait, that's $40. Disneyland Paris has announced that the free FastPass service, a way for folks to skip the line by reserving a slot ahead of time, will instead be replaced by a pay-per-ride service and a selectively available free virtual queue. Disney won't say whether U.S. parks may one day do the same. Oh, it's coming. I guarantee you it's coming.
Well, there was talk, I think he mentioned it in the article too, about how they might cut off the lines and things like that too at a certain point. Whatever they can do to try to convince you to pay the extra money. So when you pay that ridiculous amount of money for your ticket, that used to include 3 fast passes. Now you're paying the extra money for a ticket to maybe get to ride rides if you pay extra money. We actually even joked one time, why doesn't Disney just, let you in, make you pay a whole bunch, and then just go shopping so you can pay them more? And then they did that.
They did that, yeah.
At Disneyland, was it the Touch of Disney? It was Taste of Disney. I think it was Touch of Disney.
It's a Touch of Disney. It's Mickey fingering your wallet.
Yeah, you could get into parts of Disneyland and stuff like that in Disney California Adventure or whatever, but you had to pay to get in, and then it was for the privilege of going to go to the restaurants and go shopping. And we joked about that before the pandemic. They literally did it. See? God even thinks it's wrong.
Oh.
Watch it though you pick up on the mic and people are like, what are you talking about? There's thunder.
There's thunder outside the studio. But we gotta get videos done, so we can't stop. It's like what, 2 hours of rain or something
Yeah,
like
so
that.
it is what it is. We're coming with us through the storm.
Is what it is. Into the storm of Disney here. So yeah, I mean this shouldn't surprise anybody. They've been talking about replacing the annual passes with a membership program in Disneyland. They haven't brought the annual passes back out, and this is the reason they're doing that is Disneyland, more so than Disney World, is a locals park. People were just paying one pretty nominal fee. When you really break it down, per year to go as much as they want to go. So if you live in LA and you pay, what was it, like $700-800 a year, you can go to Disney as much as you want to versus $100 and some at the gate.
So it's like a week of Disney, for everybody else,
Yeah.
right? And they used to give you discounts when you bought more days and all kinds of no, they took a lot of that stuff away because they have to make more money.
Yep. Make more money. They're not going to give any of that money to their employees.
No, they're not paying their cast members. There was actually a video, if you go out to Pirates and Princesses again, of the actor playing Donkey at Universal, just ripping Disney a new arsehole because one of their cast members was there joking with them, and he's like, "Why the hell?" That's like going back to that's like you're like a crazy ex. Yeah. Why would you go back to them? They only care about their stockholders. They don't care about their employees, and it was hilarious. But you can find that on Pirates and Princesses.
Anyway, speaking of which, we're going to go back out to this story. Yeah, they're supposedly working on this system for this new Genie app, which I'm telling you is probably going to replace travel agents. I've been talking about the Genie thing for a while. I know we talked about it on another blog, and it was in the pipeline that they basically...
the blog that we built that got taken?
The blog that we built that got taken. Yeah, it's been in the pipeline for a while, and they basically want you to book your entire trip and everything, every minute of your trip through their app. So why do you need a travel agent, again, if you can do everything through this app? So anyway, a few days ago, we reported on a rumor that would be that Walt Disney Company may be rolling out their Genie app that is designed to assist guests in Disney World. Assist. We say milk. They say assist.
They say assist. We say milk. Or just to try to make sure they corral you the way they want you.
Yep. The app uses guest smartphones and optimally should improve guest experience while also improving Disney park profits. The rumored change has been the reinstallation of the FastPass line skipping system, but now via a monetized Wish program. This is Martin from WDW Magic Forums, who does Martin's vids.
Which are very good videos, by the way.
They are. As I understand it, the standby pass will not operate like the virtual queue. They are two different systems, both in programming and implementation. The standby pass shouldn't run out for the rest of the day a minute after becoming available.
Okay, so what they're talking about is when they do like the virtual queues, like for example with Rise of the Resistance, literally it can be gone in seconds or within a minute or two of the park opening. It's gotten worse since now you don't have to be in the park to get it. So people can go to their hotels, or as long as they're coming to the park that day, they could just grab them. Yeah. So they're gone like that. And that's probably what they're going to do, like with Ratatouille and stuff moving forward. They're probably going to all put them on the virtual queue and good luck getting it. But you can pay a lot of money to see if you get it.
Just see if you get it. It's like playing the lottery.
Yeah, kind of. Maybe you can ride stuff.
So worth pointing out, he says, after waiting in the virtual line, you'll be permitted to wait in a physical line. It won't be a way to minimize physical queuing as original FastPass was touted.
Oh wait, so you get to wait. You get to get a virtual queue. If you get that, then you pass the first Phoenix Gate into the second Phoenix Gate, where now you can just wait in line with everybody else that got past the first gate. If you answer the last riddle wrong, do you die? Something
like that. It's like a ticket to ride to the ticket station to get another ticket to ride.
Right, yes. Not going to make it complicated or confusing or anything.
Yep. For Disney, the benefits are many. Guests not standing in line, but rather being virtually queued, or guests that can purchase items or otherwise be monetized. Oh my God, I could totally see Disney putting like little snack carts in the actual, well, they do it already. They have drink carts and stuff like that some places.
Well, they think too that if you're not, while you're waiting, what are you going to do? Oh, you're going to go spend money.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing is just a giant, it's just getting ridiculous. I mean.
So the next ride is going to be based on, like Mickey with.
Again, God hates this.
Oh my God. I can't even talk about it. No, it's Mickey.
Oh, that's Mickey up there.
That's Mickey. He sees all.
He's rolling. He's got this vacuum cleaner sucking all the money.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could do a whirlwind ride where Mickey just puts the vacuum hose in your pocket and sucks all the money out.
As long as it's just in your pocket.
As long as it's just in your pocket. That's a different ride. I think that's more of a Universal thing.
I don't think the Universal did either. Anyway.
Nah, it's more of a Magic Mountain thing. That's more of a Magic Mountain
because
thing.
even people jump off of living with the land to steal cucumbers.
Yeah, what are they stealing those cucumbers for?
That's what the joke is. Okay, anyway.
Oh my God. Oh my Mickey. Oh my Mickey. Okay, online reaction to the rumor has not been necessarily that kind. To Disney's new pay-as-you-go FastPass will BS nothing. Be nothing like Express Pass at Universal. Why? A much larger percentage of guests are going to buy it. The slowing down standby, and even more if everyone's super, no one's super. And Disney is terrible at managing merge points and queues. That is
true.
Very, very true. Oh my God.
You can tell them the Little Mermaid.
You can tell them the Little Mermaid.
No, you can tell them. It's okay.
Voyage of the Little Mermaid, not a terribly good ride. Usually not a terribly busy ride. And we wound up waiting, an hour and a half in line because the gentleman operating the queue was letting every FastPass person come through before us, even if they were clear the frick back and there was a 2-minute wait from the time they got through the door to the vehicle.
Normally if you're at the Disney park and you have the FastPass, you're in a separate line than the regular queue until you merge, and then you're in the same line as everybody else. What they usually do is they usually let some people through the general line first, then let some FastPass in. Then let some people through the general line first, and let some FastPass in. Usually more FastPass than general line, but you know what I'm saying. They mix them. This person literally, if there was somebody coming in the FastPass line, would hold everybody up and not let anybody through, even if it took them a while to get to the front of the line to let them through. So this went on. We were like, why is this taking so long for this ride? And then it ended up, that was what was going on. So we now refer to that as a Little Mermaid situation.
Yeah.
When our kids say, is it another Little Mermaid situation? That's what they're talking about.
So Disneyland Paris is charging, this is what it breaks down to, $9 and $18 per ride per person. So if you have 6 kids, it could cost you an extra $100 and some just to be able for one ride.
To get to the front, to get the FastPass for one attraction. This is absolute bullshit. What this is
crazy.
Either you let people wait in line the same amount of time they have to wait like everybody else. I mean, other than people who have the handicap passes, whatever, for legitimate reasons, obviously.
Yeah.
Or, you bring back the damn fast passes, or you say you get 3 fast passes, you may pay, maybe if you want to have extras, you pay more or whatever, or there's fast pass for basic rides you want to upgrade, you can pay $10 more or something. This is ridiculous. I mean, if this is every attraction that you want to get on, all the e-tickets, I'm like, this is ridiculous.
It's interesting. Pros talking about how Disney is doing all this virtue signaling, but the reality is that Disney isn't interested in average families, lower class families, definitely not, but middle class even. So, what is this all for?
They're chasing they're calling them whales, and I'm putting that in quotes. That's what they're calling them. And they're
very obese guests that like to eat a lot.
That would be me.
They go to the buffets.
Who like the cupcakes. That's me. No, they're calling them whales because they're the ones they're trying to land that are the 400,000 a year plus income families.
Yeah.
And that's what they're trying to cater to. We already have them announcing that if you stay at the Deluxe later on this year, the Deluxe resorts, you're going to get extra hours, I think, free, and extra parks where everybody else isn't allowed. The riffraff that stay in the value and they don't get to go. Only the ones that are the higher end staying in the Deluxe and paying out all that money are going to be the ones allowed to go for the extra hours at different parks and select nights. And that's what they're doing to try to force people either to pay more. So you can be, because a lot of these pretentious Karens are going to pay it. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, they are.
The pretentious Karens are going to pay it just so they can feel like they're superior to everyone else. And Disney knows it, but they're deliberately making it a class system at this point.
Yep.
In Disney, it used to be everybody kind of had the same opportunity. You had the same chance to get fast passes, and they started letting certain people have early access. Now it's a class system in the fact that if you stay at a higher end hotel, you get special privileges. If you can afford the expensive, passes for you and your family and shell out hundreds of dollars a day, you can get the extra, get in early to these attractions, don't have to wait, which is the antithesis of what they quizzed their own damn people on. Need we remind you?
Yeah, I mean, they basically, they want people who are privileged. They want privilege.
The privilege is bad if you work there, because then you're easier to control, I guess, is the way
I guess. I mean, again, this goes back to, the Star Wars hotel too. Like, why in a Star Wars hotel are we looking for white glove concierge service?
Well, I'm looking. Look at the privilege assessment chart, guys. Let's look at this again. I am white. Okay, because obviously if you're white, you have money, because no one else, unless you're white, is going to have money. So how insulting is that? They go on about, let's see, I make more money than my professional counterparts of a different gender. I work at a salary job. My family and I have never lived below the poverty line. I don't have any student loans. Good luck with that. I have never gone to bed hungry. I have never been homeless. I buy new clothes at least once a month. So do I at Goodwill. I have never felt poor. I went to private school. I went to an elite college. It goes on and on. I travel internationally. So it's bad to be privileged if you work for Disney. But if you want to go there, then that's a plus. They want you at Disney if you have lots of money.
I have frequent flyer miles. It's almost like they're trying to like get their employees to be like, okay, whenever the employees check off, we want the opposite of that. We want the opposite of that to come into the parks, because that's what we want. That's what we want.
That's basically what they're doing. They're telling their cast members that privilege is bad, while they cater to people that are privileged financially.
And you see it just in the 10, 12 years we've been going as a family, taking the kids. You see the change from when we first started going to current year. Like, you can see that Disney has become more and more elitist. They've actually been giving you less for your money, and now you're not even going to get FastPasses. You're going to,
Well, when I was younger, we used to go all the time. And I'm not going to lie. Back then, it was more like it is now. Not as bad as it is now. But it was more like it was expensive, and it was harder for families to go. I know my parents would save up for like a year or two for us to go, okay? It was like our big thing that we would do. And we actually, were better off. We were like definitely middle class. And, they'd save for a long time. But it was such that people with money usually went. And then there for the longest time, because the travel industry kind of went, pfft.
Yeah.
Then they were trying to throw deals at everyone to get everybody in there. So they were making it very accessible to a lot of people. Now, I'm going to say this, and I don't mean this in a mean way, but I'm going to say, I will tell you, when they were doing the kids go free and some of those deals, people behaved in a way that wasn't, I think, becoming to how you should behave at a place like Disney. Like, they were taking kids and changing their shitty diapers on benches and then leaving the shitty diaper on the benches. Now, people still do stuff like that, I'm not gonna lie. But there was definitely, like, we saw people like kind of dumping stuff and destroying stuff, and stuff kind of got destroyed. So I think they raised the prices a little bit and tried to cut some of those deals, because they were trying to, like, make people, maybe they paid more money, they would feel more ownership in it, and they wouldn't, like, put shitty diapers on, the sidewalks.
Yeah.
But it's getting to a place where you're meeting in the middle, where you're finding a balance to, oh my God, only people that are making all this money can even afford it. People that are coming in can just barely get in. And then, they're going to be waiting in line to maybe, so basically you're getting in and paying all this money for the privilege of maybe riding something.
Yep.
If you can get into the lines. While the rich people, before they were buying disabled people,
they were.
I know you were going to tell a story. I keep talking, so you tell a story.
Oh no, it's okay, because people were like, "Wait, what?" No, they were actually paying disabled people to use their GAC cards, which was the guest access.
I think that
card.
was that one.
Yeah, and so they basically were able to skip.
They were renting a disabled person.
They were able to skip line, and the rich people from New York were literally renting disabled people.
They were passing people's numbers around to their friends, so that the families, because if you had these passes, you got front of the line access as many times as you wanted.
Yep.
And you were allowed to take like up to 6 members with other family members with you at the time. So they were renting disabled people to get through the line, and the disabled were making good money for it.
Yeah, they're making money.
To get through the line so that they didn't, the richie elite New Yorkers didn't have to wait in line with the riffraff. Instead of paying the money for a VIP tour guide, they instead paid less so that they could use the disabled people to get to the front of the line, which is why Disney changed their policy for that pass. And I think now it's DAS pass or whatever, but
yeah,
it might be the other way around. I forget off the top of my head.
I think it was a GAC pass was the
and now
original.
it's DAS, I think.
Yeah.
I don't use them, so I don't know.
Well, I think that's why they ramped up the VIP service too, because basically,
you have to pay twice as much.
So
too.
instead of paying an individual, you get to pay Disney to rent one of their VIP tour guides, and it's $300-400 an hour
for a minimum of like 6 hours.
Yeah,
and then you tip too and all that. So you're talking thousands of dollars. Then you can split it between 10 people.
Yeah, but you can get on anything you want to get on pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm going to be honest. You can get on pretty quickly. But yeah, if you have a party of 10 people, a couple $100 a person, it's actually not a bad deal. It's cheaper than what these FastPasses are going to be. But I have a feeling that's going to change too.
So, it's nuts. Disney, whatever they can do, it is getting I'm just going to say, it's getting disgusting. If this is true, and we know it's true because, at least in Disneyland, they're doing it. It is getting just absolutely ridiculous about what they're doing to nickel and dime people. I mean, it's already overly priced for what it is, far overpriced. And they're supposed to be like, well, the Disney difference. Well, you're not. Well, the Disney difference is what they extort more money.
Yeah.
Because, if you're telling people, then put it in the price of the ticket. Say the tickets cost $200 a day now. Because they're afraid to chase people off. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's kind of a bait and switch. It's like, oh yeah, you can come into Disney for $110 a day, sure, but when you get here, it's going to cost you another $100 to be able to ride anything. We didn't tell you that part.
Yeah, per person.
Per person. Sorry about that. Sorry you scrimped and saved all year. We don't really want you anyway. We want the people that can just on a whim plan a weekend trip and jet down here from the Hamptons. That's what we want. Because of all the places they could go in the world with that kind of money, they want to go to fake Europe and Epcot.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
It's like that's where they're going to go is fake Europe. Instead of going to actual Europe.
So remember, folks, privilege is bad at Disney if you work there, but fantastic if you want to make a lot of money and discriminate against other people.
All right, so we're going to wrap this one up?
Yes.
All right, so please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.